of the social media through the social universe, and in many cases the secrets of the universe itself. We will be joined with Fran from Quinceañera magazine in just a few moments, but in the meantime we have DJ Camus, who is an international artist, and he is an experienced user of Pinterest. Obviously with his artwork, he is able to utilize Pinterest for his business, and so I just wanted to catch him for 2 or 3 minutes before we bring on Fran, and have him tell us his use of Pinterest and maybe some couple of pointers that people may want to pay attention to in the use of Pinterest.
Well, you know, my with art, with the history of art, is photography to research, because I paint realism, I call super realism places. Like I got top golf artists in the United States because I paint the golf course scenes authentic, which takes research. And so when I was turned on to Pinterest and I saw the beautiful pictures, I started like, where have I been, which is like Yosemite and up and down California, Rome, London, Kenya, pictures from all over the world, beautiful photography, so that I put those on, and as I was looking, I looked at beautiful scenes, attracted to beautiful scenes of nature. And then as a research and looking through other people's, I see, for instance, shoes, women's shoes, which I know that, and always thinking marketing, that they would have all these beautiful shoes that they've picked out to have for their shoe category.
Now these aren't the ones that get pinned all the time on Facebook, and they want you to buy all the latest Air Jordan Nike.
No, more like women's high fashion was more. I didn't see much in sales, but there are some things like about maybe my purse that I made. Okay. Some people touting themselves, but very lightweight, not high dollar marketing. Now, I am intending to go ahead and put my art on Pinterest. A few pieces I've put, people have pinned them, taken them and pinned them and put them on their site. Some of them have done use them for screensavers, which is kind of an honor, of all the millions and billions of images out there, to pick mine for their special place. You know, it's a little ego thing, maybe.
Absolutely, but you should also be a little bit upset they didn't pay for it, right?
No, I don't worry so much.
What a good soul.
The more you give, the more you get. Comes from the universe.
Sure, absolutely.
And if you think in those terms, I think it kind of restricts all the flow, for at least for yourself.
So everybody hear that out there? Put DJ Camus art as your screensaver, and he won't sue you.
Oh, no. Now, if they print it and sell it, just send the royalties. You don't want to be sued for
just
them.
give back, and then your life
but
will.
The other thing
be
that I liked so much was backyards. Okay, garden. Like they'll have, you do categories. They might have 10, 20, 30 categories. Well, one I liked was backyard gardens. So that, let's say you're doing you're planning your backyard, getting ready to fix it or change it, and you go through and look at all the most beautiful, waterfalls and ponds and types of seats and gazebos. Okay, that's one. Nice estates might be another one. Okay, so this way you have it in your category. You can research and you can refine it. Like for me, the national parks, Yosemite. I picked the beautiful pictures of the falls or the sunsets and things that I don't have to try to go refined. They're on my Pinterest. Okay, I think I saw wedding gowns was a category for those. Like for the lady that's coming. For just high fashion, then I think pictures of stars and starlets. That would be a category that people all have their iconic obsessions. But it is gaining, like you said, gaining momentum from zero, like that we watched. And to take you back to Facebook and the internet, when I wanted to get my art on Facebook, I told my agent they're doing $8 million a year in monetary exchange on the internet. Okay, this was about 94, 1995. And they were doing $8 million a year. And he said, no, don't worry about internet because, you know, the hackers are going to keep it from ever happening. And I think they may do $8 million a second now.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, that, you know, I like Pinterest. And we have our guest is here.
Absolutely. In fact, while Fran is coming on, I'll talk about the application, for example, of how Pinterest would work with Quinceañera magazine. Quinceañera magazine obviously targets the kind of the sweet the equivalent of the sweet 16, the 15-year-old kind of coming of age get together. And many pictures are taken, and so in Pinterest that would be a great way to pin those. And there's also quinceañera models, and we're going to be letting Fran talk about that in a moment. But Pinterest would be a great application of the social media, the use of the social media for the Quinceañera magazine. So Fran, definitely welcome, and thank you for coming down to the show.
Thank you, Kurt, for having us on your show. It's a pleasure being here and talk about quinceañeras and help anybody out there who knows of a quinceañera.
Absolutely. For any of our listeners that are not familiar, I did a rough job, but paint a picture for us of what the quinceañera, everything surrounding the quinceañera, and what a quinceañera actually is.
You know, back in the years, I remember having a quinceañera, and I remember how I truly had no idea back when I was celebrating my 15th birthday what a quinceañera is, but I have learned that it is a tradition of when the young lady becomes a young lady and becomes a woman, and it's a big celebration. It's a big celebration to the family where that quinceañera comes into womanhood, and it is a religious ceremony behind it, which points out all of those how can I say, the duties that once you become a woman, I mean, you have to let the audience know that, hi, I'm a woman, I'm taking this very serious. So back then, we used to have just, the priest would just come and have a conversation when you say, so are you ready to become a woman? Are you ready to
Step up?
Step up.
Okay.
And really, I mean, really, it's a decision that you really have to think about and say, I'm no longer a little girl, I have to really behave myself like a young lady. But you know what, it's really a nice celebration.
Okay.
A nice celebration where back in I believe the Mayas used to present the girls and say, well, my daughter is now 15 years old, she is available to get married. But at these times, of course, we don't say that. It's truly how they used to do that.
Life expectancy was, what, 30 to 40 years old, too, at that point.
No, trust
me. Yeah.
So at this point, it's really kind of, you know, me, myself, having that experience as a quinceañera, and it's a big celebration that all the padrinos come and join. Padrinos are sponsors where they all would like to help out, whether saying, I'm the uncle and I would like to pitch in for the music. I'm the aunt and I would like to take part of the cake or the decorations. And I remember everybody coming to offer all that help, and I couldn't believe all the help that we got from family. So it's a family event that makes it very special. And up until now, I still have not forgotten all those little details that we went through. So back then, to be honest, there wasn't any help with any of those events, and as it kept it, because it is a tradition. It's not something that you can do if you want, if you don't have to. It's a tradition, so it's really nice to keep that tradition.
Great. Well, that's absolutely wonderful. We have a couple minutes till break, and so we want to take a moment. We have coming up this Saturday is the Quinceañera trade show. Am I right?
Sunday.
Oh my goodness, I got it wrong. Can't remember everybody's Sunday.
Okay. Sunday, August 26th, 11 to 5 p.m.
Okay.
At the Phoenix Convention Center.
Uh-huh.
Where?
It is, at the Phoenix Convention Center.
Phoenix Convention Center, 100 North 3rd Street, 3rd Street in Jefferson. Excellent.
So it's just right downtown. You can jump off the I-10 freeway on 7th Avenue or on 7th Street.
What time?
And it's from
11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
If anybody, I don't want to do it an injustice, but if anybody's been to bridal shows, that's probably the closest thing to it.
Absolutely, absolutely. The only difference here is it's all about quinceañera. It's a youthful fashion show. The dresses change, of course, but it's about the same. It's just as a bridal expo, but with service. They turn around. The same vendors turn around and they become quinceañera vendors.
So if you're a
Yes.
potential vendor, how does someone become a vendor at your show?
They can contact me at 623-694-9910 or at our website, www.quinceanerasmagazine.com.
What's
Okay,
the phone
wonderful.
number?
The number again is 623-694-9910.
Okay, thank you. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about it when we come back from the break, kind of how it came about. But we definitely want to get the details of it out there for you. If you go to the website now, on the website, if you don't let it confuse you, if you click on
Phoenix.
Yeah, so make sure you go to
You
Phoenix.
go to click on Phoenix because we have it in other cities. So click on Phoenix and then look up for expos. It'll tell you upcoming events.
Okay, excellent. So when we come back after the break, we're going to talk about the Quinceañera magazine itself and how the expos got started and a little bit more what the expo experience will be like. And so we thank you for joining us during this segment, and thank you, Fran, for joining us as well.
Thank you, Kurt. My pleasure.
You bet. And don't go away. We'll tune in right after the break.